Previously on Final Fantasy XVI.
Is it supposed to scream?
Are you watching, Sid? We're one step closer to freedom.
The crystal. What did you do to it?
Stab him!
Oh, we destroyed it.
What? But... Monster! Monster! Do you have any idea what you have done?
I do, Father. I have killed the monster and become an outlaw. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
That was kind of hot.
It's over.
It is.
And Shiva exacted her price.
She did.
Again, the burden fell to you.
And I bore it willingly. This was a sin for which I had to atone. Now I can continue at your side with my head held high.
Toggle, pee on him. Oh no, it's Ultima, isn't it? Wait, where'd the bodies go? Okay. So did that thing take the bodies and take a physical form to defend the crystal? So the crystals have a consciousness. Wow. We might want to get out of here, like, quick. Okay, now that I think about it, I get the sneaking suspicion that he's probably tricking her. He's making her believe that all he wants is Clive dead and then nothing will happen. I think he's just drawing her attention towards Clive, and once that's done, or she's pressed with that, then he'll attack the kingdom. It says a lot about Elvin that Joshua and Clive turned out the way they did. Clive has a lot of anger from what happened to him, but he is still a good man. While Joshua still has that sense of purity in him, they surely didn't turn out the way due to their mother. Well, look at it this way. Clive wasn't raised by his mother. At all. He was more raised by his father and the military. And Joshua was still very young, so his mother didn't have enough time to get her claws into him the entire time. And then everything that happened at Phoenix Gate, and then he spent all those years by himself or with the person looking after him, so he had time to develop without her. The problem is with this other kid's with her 24/7, so she's got her claws in it. Okay, is my controller... Yeah, there you go. Cool. Controller's full of battery. What? In progress. Activities. Okay, I was gonna say, recently created. New clip. I didn't create a clip. Do we have anything here? Ah, the apples. And Ambrosia's track. And we've got a few quests, it looks like. Cut from the cloth. And then we have After the Storm. Ah, she's in the infirmary. Okay. Real question becomes, can we actually build something?
Back, are ya? Not saying Fordian, do you?
No, we can't build anything. What's this? Platinum sword. Excuse me? A green.
Platinum makes for a poor blade, being too soft to withstand rigorous use in battle and too expensive for the common soldier to afford. It does, however, allow for ornate designs on crossguard, hilt, and pommel, where the rare metal is most often employed. So I can effectively make a platinum sword, which is better than this. What? And then I can create a platinum belt. What? And I can create the platinum cannons, but it's less than what we have. Wow. So we'll increase our damage by 15 and our stagger by 15, which is considerable. And then I'm guessing we're able to reinforce it. Yeah, and then we're able to... Oh my god. Dude. What did we end up doing this stream so far? Dragon's Breath. We got rid of one more... what's it called? Mother Crystal. Okay. I'm gonna build that sword.
Clive, what do you want?
Cool, so I can build this.
It'll last you a good while. That it? Fine.
Nice. And then I can reinforce it.
Got ya. Not saying Fordian, do you?
Alright, so we've got the platinum sword. And then we can create these if we want. Increase our defense by 5, but that's not a big thing. Platinum sword, meteorite, dragon talon. So it's going to increase it by 10. Okay?
Yeah, that should do you.
And then there we go.
That it? Fine.
So I could craft a sword that's better than that epic thing that required 2 boss swords. Wow. Okay. It's just how it is. Why not? Let's just roll with the punches.
Oh, bother. Whatever am I to do now, Clive?
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching, but I haven't got a scrap of linen. Those girls' rags are so threadbare. It's a wonder they don't fall to pieces. And we most certainly cannot have that. A certain amount of decorum must be maintained, even here at the hideaway. You wouldn't want the poor things going without decent clothes now, would you?
Oh, now you're just guilt-tripping me.
Of course not. What can I do to help?
Oh, aren't you a dear? You see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers in Northreach, blue and red. But they don't deliver, not to places that aren't on the map anyway, so I'll need someone to take this receipt and collect them.
And you'd have this someone be me.
I would. And don't let them fob you off with anything less than what I paid for. 1 bolt of blue and 1 of red. I expect them both. They said they must new clothes. But we've no coin.
Fine. I'll do the thing. Northreach, they say? All the way here? Jesus. We'll collect it. This is gonna take us 2 seconds.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Let's hope the draper has Hortense's cloth.
What? It's gonna be stolen or something.
Might I interest you in some swansdown? Perhaps some seersucker or herringbone?
Just some linen. 2 bolts. Already paid for in full.
Handwritten receipt, proof of purchase for 2 bolts of linen, 1 blue, 1 red from the clother in Northreach.
Apologies, my lord, but your items aren't here. They were due to arrive on a caravan from Bucklad, but there's been little traffic on the road these past few days. My mother thinks it might be bandits, but she always thinks it's bandits.
It usually is. So I assume the caravan will be coming from the south.
Yes, hopefully carrying all manner of spice and sundries. Wait, you aren't thinking of...
Going to find it. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Oh, Well then, be safe.
That's like the most realistic thing.
You could just wait for the caravan at the Vale. I see you wear the dame's brooch. They'd welcome you, wouldn't they?
Alright, so it's like there? So I could legit instant transmission, but I haven't gone through this way, so I probably should. So, chocobo time. How do I... Okay, so I can't do chocobo. Can I do chocobo here? Could you imagine not having a chocobo in this game? Alright, let's go.
Faster!
We'll pick up the items along the way. Run, boy, run. Oh, a bit of FPS lag. What's going on? I love the music. Okay, so there was nothing along the way that will spawn or an event or anything like that. Sometimes there is, which is why it's useful to just run. But it looks like this is the caravan.
That damn bird's a menace!
She meant nothing by it, I swear.
What you saying about birds?
Straight home now.
Who's gonna buy my wares now? State your animals left them in.
But they hardly damaged us all.
Is there something wrong?
If you're a bandit come to steal my stuff, you're gonna be sorely disappointed. And all thanks to this fool.
But it was you who stepped into my path.
Only after that featherbrain trampled me. I demand recompense, be it in coin or the items you carry. Refuse, and I shall report you to the garrison and see you hanged.
These goods are expected in Northreach. I mean, they're not mine to give away.
You wouldn't happen to be on your way from Bocklad, would you?
I am, but did someone from the market send you? Please, you have to help me. I can pay whatever you ask.
So the fool has protection. And coin, too. Sorry, friend, but we'll be the ones taking it.
We?
Oi! Killer! It's time to collect!
I told you not to call me that. And we'd have already collected if you hadn't insisted we'd put on this little act.
Bandits!
As I told one of your customers, it usually is. Let's get this over with.
I'll deal with the bird lover. You take the handsome one, killer.
Stop calling me that.
I'm hurt, Torgal.
Okay.
To me, boy. Help me, boy. Nice try.
Alright, that was a little bit repetitive, but it's a side quest. Oh my god, 86,000?
right. You made your point. Killer my ass.
Can we kill this guy? He's a bandit.
You.
No, thankfully. He seemed intent on letting the bandit do his dirty work for him, and he would have succeeded had the great lender not sent you. My shipment is safe, and my livelihood with it. You must allow me to reward you.
We can speak of that once you're safe in Northreach. I'll accompany you there.
So we did nothing about the actual guy that schemed everything and hired the bandit to kill this guy. Wow. So he's just going to do it again. I had so much money around this point too, I just started buying songs for my hideout.
So you and my mother were right. It is always bandits.
And were it not for the kindness of our free sword here, you'd be buying your order back from them at twice the price.
Free sword?
If you don't mind, I have a pressing appointment at the Vale before my return to Boklad. Farewell.
That's so embarrassing. Yep, I just booked an appointment with a hooker.
I almost forgot. I suppose you'll be wanting your linen. You'll be happy to know both bolts arrived safely along with the rest of the delivery. I've also added a few extra lengths of our finest fabrics to the bundle. Free of charge.
Are you sure?
My mother would insist. It's the least we can do for the man who saved our shipment.
So I can buy materials here now?
Is that done then? Now it's back to Hortense with her cloth.
There was a time when cloth like that would have commanded a king's ransom. But now all the nobles have moved south and there's no one left to buy it.
Wow. Alright. Did our job. Wonder if it's going to give us some materials that we use for crafting. Because we need that stuff. But most of the stuff we need is actually rare from monster drops.
Clive, sorry again for sending you all that way. But you did get my order, didn't you?
Don't worry. I have it. I believe this will more than satisfy your needs.
Let's see here. One bolt of red, one bolt of blue. What's this? I don't recall ordering any silk or velvet, or... Is this gold work? Krieger's ghost. If that devilet of a draper expects me to pay for these...
You needn't worry on that score, Hortense. They were a gift. For services rendered. I can always return them if you like.
Oh, no. Oh, there's no need to be hasty now, Clive. I'm sure I can put all three to good use. Speaking of which one's most to your liking?
I don't know.
Black embroidered linen, white continental silk, lush red velvet. Yeah, let's go with the red.
This one, I suppose.
I've a mind to give a piece to Jill.
What?
Did you know she's quite the little seamstress?
I know needlecraft was amongst her lessons at the castle.
Her lessons? Oh, that's right. The two of you were raised together in Rosalith, weren't you?
Not quite together, but when my father put down the uprising in the Northern Territories, Jill was taken as a ward to ensure that her father, the Silvermane, would keep the peace.
She's an honest-to-goodness princess then, isn't she? I could tell, you know. Some people just have that air about them. Not many round here, mind. I'd offered to sew her something that might better suit her station. But she'd most likely turn me down, as she always does. Tell me not to waste the fabric when it's better used on the children.
Don't take it the wrong way. She certainly seems to be attached to the last outfit you made her.
Oh, sometimes I think she never takes it off.
Or perhaps she'll make something for herself with your gift. Either way, I'm sure she won't turn it down.
We'll see, I suppose.
Okay, so Jill now has something red. I mean, if it was for Jill, I would have said white or black, but okay. Steel silk. Ooh!
It makes me proud to see her wearing my dress.
soon. Said they'd be
I
made of
wish she'd let me
linen.
make her more. Not sackcloth. I've never had a dress made of linen.
Yay, the kids are now looked after. Red velvet panties just like Clive asked for. Oh god. It's lingerie, isn't it?
Our man in Dalamo mentioned that Kupka's guard haven't been seen there of late.
The calm before the storm, perhaps.
View the hunt board. What is this? Secret. While minotaurs have long dwelled in the mountainous regions of Rosaria, it is only recently that I've come down from the highlands to hunt in swamps surrounding Martha's Rest. Among their number is one whose sheer size supported be a chieftain who appears to be spearheading the push south. He must be stopped, lest the beastmen develop designs on Rest proper. West of Rhiannon's Ride, Rosaria. And then we have one of these. Particularly belligerent breed of Echo has recently awakened amid the fallen ruins near Martha's Rest. It is known to activate on approach of any human, armed or unarmed, and sets about with a burning jet that has already reduced much of the surrounding marshland to ash. This one Echo that the Cursebreakers would fain see forever silence. So north Sorrow-wise in Rosaria and west of Rhiannon's Rise. Let's check it out. West. West. Let's see if we can find it. North, south, east, west. So this sort of area. And then where's the other one? The other one would be... See, I wanted to see if we can actually get in here. But I doubt we can. Alright, let's see if we can find this one. West. It's this way.
Stay sharp.
We can actually see if we can get into that place, but we'll probably need...
Thank you for sticking with us.
Jill.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other.
You know, I'm probably exploring by myself without Jill. But then again, doing a boss fight without Jill might actually be good for me. Get some experience fighting alone. Because I have a feeling every time we have Jill around, we're going to end up doing story missions. Alright, west. So it's sort of in this area.
Alright, Sid.
Huh?
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Why not? So west is sort of this area. So we'll go through the right. That way we'll... If it's up here, we'll bump into it. If not, we'll loop back around and hit it. I'm looking for a big thing. It'll certainly be visible. Is this it?
Be safe.
Oh, there it is. Works for me.
What the hell is this thing doing out of the ruins?
I've heard talk of...
I'm gonna be careful with this thing.
Help me, boy. Too slow. I've heard
This one.
Alright, less than half health done. Oh, it's dual wielding.
Nice try.
Let's see if we can get some health back. Damn, this thing's stun meter is massive.
Too slow. Nice try. All yours, nice try. Fire and flame.
Uh-oh.
Nice try. Nice try. Farewell.
What can I say? I like to live dangerously. Almost done platinum in Final Fantasy 16. 3 trophies left, which is unlock all my abilities, create the legendary sword, and play the game in Final Fantasy mode. Damn! So you gotta finish the whole game. Damn! And this was an item that we needed for crafting something. And now we have it. Awesome. Nice. Nice.
From the ruins it came, and to ruin it returns.
Okay, and where was the next one? I don't actually remember. I forgot where the next one was. There's a total of 50 trophies? So let's see where the next one's located. Might as well do it. You know, in between the main story missions, you do these little side missions, like, why not?
Our man in Dalamil mentioned the Kupka's guard haven't been seen.
Alright, where's the next one? The next one is located west of Rhiannon's Rise, Rosaria. West. West. Where's the rise? Must be somewhere in here. Let's maybe go here and see if we can fire Rhiannon's rise. Must be somewhere. Rhiannon's rise. That's 3 reeds. The cliffs. Silken Strand, the pool, Am I blind? Guys, am I blind? Does anyone know where it is? The whole map is connected, so no matter where you go, it'll be the same. Clearly. Oh, okay, so... Rannoch's Rise, maybe it's somewhere in here. Lazarus District, Rosegate, the Abbey, Aqueduct, the Falls. There seems to be a section here that's inaccessible. I don't actually see it. Oh, Rhiannon's Ride. North, south, east, west. So it should be like here. You did the hunts and you got the achievement. If the area seems like a battlefield, would be a battlefield or hidden areas. That's where the hunts may be. I think it's here. I just had to like zoom in even more. It's like here. And you gotta keep zooming in. So it's west, north, south, east, west. So it's like in here. We'll be alright. And then we'll probably end up getting an item from doing these 3.
Ready, girls? Run like the wind.
It's probably here somewhere. Probably in a big, wide open area. I'll know because I'll get kicked off the chocobo. Yeah, there he is. I think there was like an item or something here.
Straight home now.
I'll just kick him off from the range. Cool.
Can't let that thing pipe free so close to the end. Time to take the bull by the horns. Help me, boy.
Made a mistake trying to use Siv's abilities.
To me, boy.
Whoops! That's what I get for trying to use this in battle.
Well done, Tom.
Oh no! Oh, oof.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Oof. I didn't think one hit would take me out, but that's what I get for getting cocky. Could have used potions, but like, now I'll be fine. That's what I get. I had potions too. I had everything. I was like, ah, he's not gonna do that much damage from one attack. And he's almost dead. I'm just like...
Come on. Faster.
I'll just stick to fire. I won't use lightning this time. I took a bunch of hits at the beginning trying to land lightning shots instead of just dodging and hitting him bit by bit. I'll just do what I'm good at. I'll stick to what I'm good at, actually.
Nice try.
Whoops, that was a potion.
I've heard talk of.
Oh, why do I keep falling for that?
To me, boy. I've heard talk of.
He does the double charge. He's smacking me. I'll take this power up. Fuck, there goes the power up.
Too slow. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try.
This is risky, but worth it if I pull it off.
Nice try.
If I pull this off. Oh, I took a lot of hits.
I've heard talk of.
Oh, this was probably what killed me.
I needed that. Nice try.
See, I'm on 5 dodges. I should just wait.
Nice try.
I should just wear him down. He has predictable attacks, so I should just wear him down. Yeah, I just stood in front of that. Can I get out of the way? Come on. Fucking hell! When he hits you once, it's like bam, 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 bam. Oh my god. Since lightning move ends up not being my thing, so I actually replace them all with the next set of moves. I mean, yeah, they're slow unless you have like clear range and then you hit it. It takes a while to charge it up, but it does get your like stagger and everything up, but it's a bit slow. So you definitely got to be at range. You don't want to be next to them, like F, no. And then the other one's like an AoE, but you got to charge it up before you do the AoE. So it's not really that practical up close. It's really situational. Whereas the fire ones are just like dodge, hit, you know? And the Phoenix Flame actually slows everything down around you, so you won't get hit while you're casting it. Whereas Sid's one, you actually have to charge it up mid-combat and you can get hit.
Mentioned the Kupka's guard haven't been seen.
I'm bored. Cool. Let's see my rewards.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot.
What's this? Clerics from down, they say, it is your men who keep the roads free of beast and bandit. As one whose livelihood is reliant on safe passage from market to market, my chocobas and I thank you.
You earned this.
And then the next one will be available at $2.95 and $3.50.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
So let's see what item we actually got. I hope it's actually useful. Healing potency of potions by 40%. Well, that's not bad. Lancer Rebirth also charges up your limit grade drastically when you use it. It's all around one of my favorite moves and I never take it off. Oh yeah, ever since I saw what it does, I'm like, this is going to be the most OP thing ever.
You watch yourself out
You
there,
mass
right?
AoE a bunch of enemies, you get a heal, you stagger the enemy, you can use it as a chain mid-stagger, and it gets up your limit breaker gauge. It is all round just stupidly broken.
You'll be pleased to know we ain't heard a peep out of the Iron Blood since you cracked their crystal. Hopefully revenge is the last thing on their minds right now.
Cool. Alright, let's take a little break and then do some story. Also, kind of fun for the new game plus, so you can just break the game for entertainment, or pretty interesting to see for harder difficulty. I mean, once you've beaten the game and you've got that move completely powered up, it makes sense that it's just going to break everything. But at the same time, thank God it has a cooldown. Otherwise, you would just use it in every single fight. I like it, but I also like that you can't just spam it every fight. You have to wait for it. So it's one of those things. Congrats on beating Typhon and Ultima, two iconic entities of the
Our
series.
man in Dalamil mentioned that Kupka's guard hadn't
Wait,
been
so
seen
they're
there.
in more than one Final Fantasy game? I thought this was the only game they're in. I thought there were unique characters here. I didn't realize they were across many games. That's something. Oh, there's another quest here. The root of the problem. Oh, we gotta do a side quest. We can't not do it. We have to do the side quest. The side quests are worth it. Can we actually buy good stuff here?
Is it business or pleasure?
Platinum sword. See, oh my god. So I could have bought a platinum sword, which was almost as good. Wait, so I didn't have to build it? I could have just bought it instead of using materials for it. And then just increased it. Oh my god. This is effed. This is effed. Why am I able to buy this when I'm supposed to craft it?
Is that all?
Ultima can mean probably like spell or like an ability that shares in every Final Fantasy title. Also crosses over Kingdom Hearts. But Square Enix have shared what title Final Fantasy means, which means it's about a child that is about to die thinking of its last fantasy, their final fantasy. That's why every game is different, which is really nice and interesting. It was originally going to be called Fighting Fantasy. Typhon was originally a boss from Final Fantasy VI, and a spoiler, summon on Final Fantasy VII, but didn't anything like that. In fact, he even looked better. I don't buy weapons since the game provided me with better and better weapons, even if I did have to craft some. I just crafted it because I know if I don't craft it, I won't be able to craft something later.
Saying for you, dear.
See? Oh no, you create this one, which is slightly better than the other one. Oh, okay. And now we can create the Darkslayer belt. There it is. See, now we can create this.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
And now we can't create this, but we're going to be able to create this later. But we can't increase the stats. Anyway.
Anything else?
Cool, so we got some upgrades. Alright, we should have more than enough. I just find it nuts. You make a weapon using items that you get from bosses, and then you make a weapon from regular items that's better than the boss weapon. It's just trippy. It's just trippy. So it's, if I missed a weapon, there's gonna be a better one anyway. It's just really weird.
Sid, I know that when we came to the hideaway, we chose to let go of our past in order that we might focus on our future.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Nonetheless, I was wondering if... Well, I know you are from Rosaria, and I'm in need of someone with intimate knowledge of those lands. Apparently, the duchy is home to all manner of curative herbs found nowhere else in the realm. Among them is a flower called a Morganbeard that increases the potency of lesser medicines.
I can't say that I've had much practice healing. My youth was spent in the Bailey.
A shame. You see, the hideaway relies heavily upon medicines procured from afar. And when those shipments are late, well, it's our sick who suffer. If we could find this flower and learn to grow it here, we might save many lives. However, as you are well aware, Imperial occupation has rendered the roads unsafe for those like me, untrained in the military arts. Now, I'm not asking the busiest man in the hideaway to drop everything and make the journey for me, but if you happen to be in the duchy on other business...
Heed Nigel's not so subtle request.
Tell me of these Morganbeards then.
But of course, if my old tomes are to be believed, the flowers are bright yellow and as large as goblins' eyes. Oh, and they grow in the marshes of Sorrowwise.
We were literally
if I am
there.
to propagate them here in the backyard, I will require several samples, preferably of blooms which have already gone to seed. And before I forget, I do seem to recall learning in the course of my research that their odor has the tendency to attract unsavory creatures. Nothing you cannot handle, though, I'm sure.
Ultima was originally the ultimate non-element attack spell from Final Fantasy VI, and it used to be in Final Fantasy 15. However, the first appearance of Ultima was a female, High Seraph, and the main antagonist in Final Fantasy Tactics. This is a completely new take on Ultima. Alright, so it's not the same entity, it's just the name has been used in more than one title. I see. I see. Haven't seen goblins as an enemy since probably Final Fantasy 1 to 5, maybe 6. Huh. So they keep rotating the type of enemies and stuff. That's good. Well, at least this mission's simple. It's like, go this way and get me the thing. I'm like, okay. Damn it, I should have picked up this mission at the beginning. It doesn't matter. Fine. Is there anything here I can buy? That's good.
What are you after?
Oh my god, they're also selling platinum swords. F off. They're basically all selling the same thing. I don't need to buy any of this stuff. Yeah, I don't need to buy any of this.
Is it? Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
It'll take ages to tidy all of this stuff up.
Now that I'm fighting without Jill, I'm actually having to use Clive properly. Which isn't bad.
Alright, Sid.
Chocobo.
This is no time to ride.
Oh, come on. Alright, I can just go left. Watch, I'll be able to just use my Phoenix ability and get rid of all the enemies. Hmm?
Faster! The marshes near the Abbey are certainly damp. Let's see if they're damp enough for Morgan Beards.
Goblin Gardener. Well, that's a thing.
Size of a goblin's eye. Not this goblin. He certainly wasn't wrong about them being attracted to the flowers, though. You're finished. Nice try.
Poor goblin. I like how there's a sword stuck in it. There's like a sword and an axe stuck in it. Ultima is one of the summons in Final Fantasy XII and she's super well hidden. Haven't played any of those, but yeah.
Bright yellow. These are our Morgan beards, all right. Well, I've gone to this much trouble. Might as well gather as many as I can.
There's something familiar about this scent. It reminds me of home.
Hopefully this will be enough. I've had my fill of goblins.
Alright, that's it. Final Fantasy 12 is great, and you haven't played it in a while. Oh, it was your first Final Fantasy. Mine was 13. I got remastered on PS4. You should check it out in the future. If someone votes it in, sure. Otherwise, I'd just be playing too many Final Fantasy games without them being requested. Alright, time to hand it in. It should be another quest done. And how close am I to leveling? Doing all these side quests, you would hope that you're close to leveling. Oh, 592. That's pretty close. Wait, am I close to leveling up a skill? Wait, this is maxed out. Wait, this is maxed out, so I can actually do this. So I can replace this with ignition. And replace ignition with... this one. Damn. Things are looking up. I wait for the inevitable remaster if they ever make one for anything older than 13, considering your tastes in games and gameplay. 13 has lightning. I'm not a fan of turn-based combat, but lightning was fun. Go full fire and only use those moves. Garuda's good for pulling down the enemy and staggering them.
It is rare that we see you so often in the backyard, Sid. What brings you to the gardens?
This?
I found your flowers.
Yes, wonderful. These are almost identical to the plates in my tome. Did you have any trouble locating them?
Finding them was the easy part, but it's odd. They remind me of my childhood somehow. I don't remember these flowers specifically, but you must have grown them in the castle garden. If the petals are meant to improve the effectiveness of medicines, it's possible that the court physicers grew them for the tinctures and treatments they made my brother.
If the ducal healers were convinced of their properties, that is all the more reason to begin growing our own supply here. Oh, allow me to use some of the flowers you brought me to make something that might aid you on your travels. I need only a moment to extract the essence from the petals.
So are my potions going to be stronger now or something?
And here we are. A phial of pure Morganbeard extract. A single drop added to any one of your restoratives will increase its potency. At least I hope it will.
I'm a guinea pig. Extract necessary for increasing consumable potency. Adding but a drop of this to any curative or performance enhancing potion will increase its potency. Good. See, this is really good. And this is optional. You have obtained a file of Morgan Beer extract, hereby increasing the potency of most consumables. Both potions and high potions now restore more HP, while strength, stone skin, and lionheart tonics last longer. And this is an optional quest. Yeah, this is why I do side missions.
Let's see about planting seeds then.
I'm gonna go out of here and then come back here. It's quicker than walking. I remember when Final Fantasy 13 was coming out, I was so excited, and then we all know how that game went out. Still, okay, I guess, and they made 2 more games. I actually liked 13. I put it down right after I bought it because I didn't want turn-based, but after I started playing it, I enjoyed it. I don't know what people's complaint about it was. I enjoyed it. Now that is useful in my first playthrough of this game. I did every quest because must have things like this. Yeah, I do it because you might get items and XP and all this other things and it'll actually help you overall. But they actually give you really useful things which you can't get any other way. All the plus simple side quests are gameplay upgrades. Ah. Same, I like 13. It's okay. I give it 6 or 7 out of 10. I love the music and world environment. Yeah, same. My only complaint about 13 is that it's linear. You can't go back to any of the places that you've been, and you can't watch the cutscenes in like a cutscene view or anything, because some of the cutscenes are just so good, and I'd love to see them again. But you have to play through the entire game to do it again, and it kind of makes me sad because it's so long.
Think you can help?
Too slow, buddy! Too slow!